If you're just starting out and new people are coming to your channel and all they see is just a blank screen with no indication if you're ever coming back, they're gonna leave within the first 60 seconds, and you're not doing yourself any favors with that. And this is a simple solution. You can do very easy BRB screens. Heck, in most things like OBS, you can just put up plain text and put "be right back." Or you can use a program like canva.com, which I'll put a link in the description below, and you can make a very simple graphic there about a BRB, or you can even use a company like Fiverr.com, which I'll also put a link in the description below, and just pay someone to make a very simple "be right back" screen. The reason this is important is because if you let people know that you're coming back, they'll stick around and hang out. And for an extra bro tip, actually put on there, if you know how long you're gonna be away, you know, put "be right back" in 5 minutes, "be right back" in 3 minutes, "be right back" in 15 minutes. This gives kind of an indication for people how long they know you're going to take, because hey, they might want to take a break also, and they'll come back, or they may leave the stream, check out somebody else, and then come back to visit you. So that's an extra little bro note on this one. Okay, I forgot to mention one thing on "be right back" screens. Let's say you're streaming from a console. You obviously don't have the option to put up something that's a BRB screen. Here's a little note that my friend Primal Instincts shared with me. He's a great PS4 streamer. When you're gonna take a break, give people at least something interesting to look at. Don't look down at the ground in your game, and don't put it on a lame screen, or you're just looking at a wall. At least give something people visually stunning to look at. And if you have the option, perhaps even some background music to listen to. This will help people be a little more entertained while you're gone for however long you're gone for. And that's a cool little tip for all of you console streamers out there. One of the biggest things that everybody seems to complain about on Twitch is that they're not growing, or they're not growing fast enough. And I try my best to give you all some good advice out there. But if you want some of the best advice for the biggest common mistake that I see people do on Twitch, YouTube, and Mixer, is you're not going out and reaching to other streamers that are in your niche. Let me ask you a legitimate question. How often do you engage with other streamers that are playing the same game or category as you? Probably not that often. And you're really hurting yourself by doing this. In fact, some of my biggest growth are from people within my niche. I do creative streaming, and I know a lot of people within creative, and they help me and I help them grow. It's a really good turn of events that helps snowball me to get bigger and better numbers. And in fact, this is some of the best ways I've made friends on Twitch. They help me out, I help them out. We all help each other's reach on social media grow, and we all help each other's growth on Twitch. This is one of the best ways. A lot of you need to start jumping out of your shells, or reaching out of your shells, and start talking and engaging in other communities. I guarantee you, if you do this, you will start to grow so fast your head will spin. And like I said before, the best kicker is you're probably going to make some exciting brand new friends. And with TwitchCon coming up, that's an awesome thing. Alright, we're up to one of the most important tips and tricks that I'm going to share with you of common mistakes that people make that do live streaming. You know what people always ask me? Hey, can you check out my channel and let me know what I do good or do bad, or what I could improve on? You know, sadly, I wish I had the time to do that, but I don't for everybody out there. But you know who does? You. I highly recommend you check out your past broadcasts and your clips. And if you don't like watching yourself, because you know, it's kind of awkward, and I understand that, or you might be too cringy, or it's, you know, it's just one of those things that doesn't resonate with you, and I get that, you know? I don't like watching myself either. I'm surprised I can even talk to you guys on camera. But it's one of the best ways to find out what you do right. You get to see if your stream's buffering, you get to see if your quality's coming through well, you get to notice if people can hear you by your audio, or if the music's drowning you out, or the gameplay's drowning you out. You get to see if there's huge chunks of silence in there. Or maybe you're not reading anybody's comments, and a lot of comments are God! There are so many things that you can learn from your own stream. And you don't have to watch the entire thing. If you stream for 3 hours, I don't recommend watching the 3 hours. You can look at different chunks and see what you do well. But if you start
you gotta go up slowly,
and you notice you're just sitting there doing this,
you can't just rush.
Probably need to start making improvements. Also, when you look at clips, see what clips are the most engaging. You guys can go to your clip collection and see what are ranked at the highest and see what people like. Generally, people like fun and entertaining things. I mean, that's why people show up on Twitch anyway. So this might give you an indication that you might have to be a little more happy, a little more energetic, or, you know, make people smile and laugh. That's one of the best things about Twitch, is making people laugh and smile. So go and look back at your VODs. If you're not sure how to do that, it's under your Twitch settings, and you just archive your past broadcasts. It's very simple to do. I think if I remember correctly, if you're an affiliate, you get up to 15 days. Can't remember what partner is. You'll have to look at it. I'll put a link in the description below. But go ahead and check that out. Whew. Oh man, and there you go. Those are the top 5 mistakes that new streamers make. And I guarantee you, if you can correct these 5 mistakes, you'll start to have growth, and better yet, you'll have a lot more confidence in your stream. And if I can get you to build some confidence, look out, world. Twitch is your oyster, and you will start to grow so fast. Like I said, your head will spin. And when you do, let me know by leaving a comment below. If you guys like this type of video, make sure you leave a comment below and give me some feedback, or if there's anything you're interested in or anything I want me to teach you in or show you, you know, leave a comment below, and also check out the show notes for more helpful links to you all. And if you want to keep up with me or follow me or support me, you guys can follow me on all of my social medias. And if you want to see me paint and play games, you can watch me on twitch.tv/wildforgames, where you can follow me and sub to help me and this channel out. And if you want to go above and beyond and be a true bro or a bae, you can help support me on my Patreon, where all the funds go back into this channel to bring all of you more high quality content. Once again, my name is Wild. I will see you all in the next stream support video coming up real soon. I'll see you all later. Take care. Peace.
Maybe it's in one of the... Oh, this wasn't...
Are you looking to grow your stream on Twitch and you're not sure how? In this video right here, we're going to go over the ins and outs and tips and tricks that every streamer needs to know to grow their channel effectively and efficiently. And we're getting started right now.
Hold on.
Hey, it's me, it's Wild, coming at you for my stream support playlist, where I bring you the best tips and tricks. And if you're new here and you want to learn how to grow and improve your stream, make sure you hit that sub button and tick that bell so you know when my videos go live for you. Let's get real for one moment. If you're streaming on twitch.tv, growing can be extremely tough. There's a lot of great advice out there from other streamers on how to grow your channel effectively, or this is what you need to do to get your first 100 followers. They're all great videos and they help you out a lot, but a lot of them have just basic information that is pretty much standard in anything. In these videos, they give you advice like, talk more. Gee, really? Or they'll say something like, pay attention to the chat. Durr. Or my favorite one, don't stream saturated games. Boy, thank you for that advice. So I wanted to make this video on how to show you how to effectively grow your channel with some simple advice that beginners and pros can use to give their stream a little bit of a boost for them and their community. So let's get started. Tip number 1, let's talk about something that a lot of streamers are going to say. Don't pay attention to the numbers. There's a very strong and valid reason why you shouldn't concentrate on the numbers. Some of them being, if you're putting all of your focus into numbers, you're not really putting your focus and attention into your stream. And your stream's going to come across as lacking, and there's not going to be as much entertainment value that you could invest into it. And guess what? If you're concentrating on the numbers, you're probably feeling very negative on your own vibe, the fact that it's not going up. It's probably staying at a constant number that's probably below 5. And people are going to see this across your face because you're only concentrating on numbers, and you're not concentrating on the game, the entertainment, or your community. Also, on a side note, don't think of your viewers as numbers. Try to treat your viewers as soon-to-be friends within your community. And hopefully you remember things like, how was their day? Or you talk to them about how was school or how was work, or you remember certain facts about their life, and you show that you have a vested interest in them. They're going to keep coming back because they have this connection with you. And if you can establish a connection, guess what? You just added a regular to your viewer count that's going to constantly come back to watch your entertainment. Okay, I'm going to be a little hypocritical here. I say don't concentrate on the numbers, but guess what? Numbers are important because to somebody like you and to myself, if there's more people chatting or if there's more people watching, guess what? I am having more fun. My energy is more high. I'm having a good time. There's more laughs. So numbers are important. And if the numbers are important to you, there's a lot of great analytic websites out there or tools that'll help you. You really need to take a look at Twitch's analytic page I'll put a link in the description up here in the card, or I'll put it down below. But there's a lot of other great websites out there that'll show you how to grow or what was being very valued within your channel.
Yeah,
look at certain websites like Social Blade, or you can even look at websites like Twingy. All of these websites out there show you what game was working good for you, what was your highest view count, what was working at a certain hour for you, who gave you raids and hosts that gave you a bump to a certain section, what time of what day gave you the highest view count. These are all things that work well for you and you can use to your advantage to grow your channel. If you are really into numbers, you need to make the numbers work for you. All of these websites out there show you what parts of your stream were doing well at certain hours or times, or they even show you what games work best for you. For instance, when I paint on Twitch TV and I do black canvases, my viewer count goes exceedingly high because people love how the colors look and how it pops. So I've learned to use that to my advantage whenever I'm gonna be needing a little bit of a boost. I'll paint a black canvas because a lot of people love it, and guess what? I sometimes even sell them. You know what we all have in common on Twitch? We all start at 0. That's right. Me, everybody out there, we all start with the almighty 0 out there. But you don't have to if you're smart about it. You know, if you're gonna start streaming, you want to take in consideration how to start with something above 0 when you hit that stream button. If you already have a following on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Imager, Reddit, any social platform out there, use it to your advantage and post there and let people know what time you're gonna be streaming. And this will make you have a viewer count that starts above 0, which is great because it gives you high energy right off the bat. Now let's say you have no social impact, no social anything. You don't have a Twitter, you don't have an Instagram, you don't have a YouTube, you don't have a Snapchat, you don't have a Reddit, you don't have a Discord, you have no way of reaching out to anyone out there. That was me. You know what one of the best ways to get around that is? Ask your friends and family to check you out. And you'd be surprised at who's gonna jump in your channel and help you out. Even if they just lurk, getting that extra little baby boost moves you up in the channel rankings and authorities so somebody doesn't have to scroll as far to find somebody like you. So don't be afraid to reach out to friends and family to help with your viewer count at the beginning of your streaming career. One side note about having friends and family come into your stream, they create awesome icebreakers for any new people that come into your channel. Because they already know a little bit of information about you. They're not afraid to keep the conversation rolling because it's natural for them. So when somebody else comes in, you know, you can introduce them easily into the stream and have a great conversation between everyone within that community. So icebreaker is a great advantage of having your friends and family in there. If you've already been streaming and you've got a little bit of a viewer bump or already have a little bit of a viewer count, awesome, congratulations. But you've probably noticed that you may have plateaued at certain sections, and it's going to be constant. Plateauing's a normal thing of streaming. You know the way to get out of plateauing is keeping your chat constantly moving. And to do that, guess what? You have to talk. I can't tell you how many times I go into somebody's channel and I say hello and they say nothing. They're not doing anything in their stream. They're standing there. There's silence. Learn to talk. Talk about anything. Talk about what you're doing in the game. Talk about your day. Talk about what you did. Talk about what you're gonna do tomorrow. Talk about what you did yesterday. Talk about your thoughts about the game. Talk about anything. Just keep the conversation flowing so when somebody comes in there, they're more willing to say hello or maybe comment on something that you said within the game. You have to start the conversation. Somebody will come in there and eventually say hello, but if you don't say anything back or you're not moving within your chat, nothing's gonna happen and they're gonna leave. Now, if somebody does come to your channel and says hello first, guess what you need to do within 30 seconds to a minute? That's right. You need to say something back. People are very fickle on the internet and we have low attention spans. If you don't say anything to their comment within 30 seconds, to a minute, there's a high chance they're already gone and you lost your chance. So make sure you're constantly looking at your chat. You need to do that. Look over there every 30 seconds to a minute. It's very easy. Just kind of gauge your eyes over. Put your chat somewhere where it's easily within your peripheral to check over. There's a lot of people that put their chat way out of their viewpoints and they forget to look at it 5, 10, 15 minutes at a time. And that's one reason why you're not growing. Yeah, you may not have something interesting to say, but you can always say hello back. How was your day? What did you do
Oh, I
today?
didn't
You got
say
any
it was
plans for the
today.
weekend? Oh, that sounds like
Why didn't
fun.
you let me
I
know
wish I
that
could do that.
last night?
It's very easy to start a conversation when you just kind of get the snowball ball rolling. Now, getting new viewers to
Stop
chat
trying to be all
is
soft
kind of
and
tough.
nice
I
about
understand.
it.
It may be hard, especially if you're not really an engaging person, or it's hard to come out of your shell, or, you know, social conversations aren't your strong point. That's okay. I'm gonna give you a few tips on how to make people come out of their shell, or make you come out of your shell, so that you can get your conversations rolling really easily within Twitch. Number one is talk about something that you're educated in or you have a passion for. And this can be a lot of different things. It can be anything from video games to gardening to working on a car to engineering. It could be anything. When you have a passion or you're educated about something, people are willing to ask follow-up questions as long as you're engaged with that either particular passion or you're educated in it. One of my favorite things to do when somebody's new into my channel and I like to break the ice with them, I like to ask them what's their favorite 80s movie. And everybody has a favorite something out there, and that's a great icebreaker. Ask somebody what their favorite anime is, or perhaps their favorite movie or TV show. You can find something that everybody is engaged in. Everybody has a favorite comic book or manga or video game. Everybody's interested in boys or girls. You know, there's always something that you can find that's going to make somebody very engaged, and they're going to jump out of their shell and start a conversation with you. And just keep it naturally going. And you'd be surprised after they answer the question. You can always ask your community, hey, what's your guys' favorite 80s films? And then everybody jumps in the conversation, and before you know it, everybody is talking with everyone. If you've heard it once, you've heard it 1,000 times. Don't stream saturated games. What's a saturated game? Technically, anything on the top 10 list of when you browse within Twitch is pretty much oversaturated. Now, it's easy to understand why you wouldn't stream saturated games, but in case you don't know, if you go into a saturated game, let's take for instance Fortnite, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people that are currently streaming it. And there's so many people with a higher view count than you that most people aren't going to scroll all the way down to find just you. Yes, there are exceptions to the rules, which I'll explain later in another video of how to stream on saturated games, but more often than not, most people aren't going to find you there. What I recommend is stream anything after the top 10, and you'd be surprised at how high you'll normally rank in anything from like the 11 to top 30 category. There's not as much competition, and those games still either have like a cult following, or they have a lot of people looking for them, or there's a lot of people that want to play with other people currently playing that game. And that's where you find your niche and your bread and butter of how you can grow within Twitch's community. Now you're probably thinking, oh, I like to play saturated games. That's fine. I do too. You know what I like to do? I make 1 or 2 days out of my week for saturated games. I like to play Fortnite. I like to play Call of Duty. But I know people won't watch me or find me in those games. And that's okay, because you know what? Those days are for me. That's for me to unwind and de-stress and play some fun games. And if you tell yourself that, you're not going to be sad if a lot of people aren't watching or are not playing with you, because those days are for me. So make sure if you stream those games, set the bar for certain expectations of what you expect out of them, so that way, you know, you're not going to go back down through that bad vibe if people aren't watching, because that's very hard to stream in those categories. A lot of people out there don't understand why their stream isn't growing, and it's not because you suck at streaming, it's because your lava sucks. Your lighting, your audio, your visuals, your aesthetics. All 4 of these are extremely important when it comes to streaming. Now, I'm not saying your lava has to be the best out there. In fact, no. It just has to be average. Has to be average is the most important thing. A lot of people stream out there with the bare bones, and you'd be surprised, that's probably higher than 75% stream off just basic stuff. If you can invest in a little bit of equipment, you'll be in the top 51% of people that have the best lava. When you get your lava working for you, everything seems to fall into place. When you have decent lighting, it exposes you so your camera doesn't have to work as hard and you don't look as pixelated, and the blacks aren't going to be as faded. Black will look black, white will look white, and you will look crisp. Your audio, nobody's going to listen to you if you sound like you're 50,000 miles away on a space expedition to the moon. People
Bro,
want to
there
hear
was something that
decent
exploded.
and clean audio. It doesn't have to be the best, it just has to be clean. And nobody wants to hear you breathing into your mic.
No,
Nobody wants to
that's
hear
not
a squirrely voice. And people don't mind if you take your time to enunciate your words, or if you even get over sporadic, just make sure you take your time and talk clearly. Visuals are extremely important because guess what? That's what makes people engaged with your stream. They show up to watch you, but they also show up to watch what game you're playing. And if your stream is pixelated, or it's not coming through, or it's
just go
buffering
through
constantly,
here
your computer can't
and
hold
try
up
to
with
do
it,
without getting hit.
people are only going to stick in there for so long. So make sure your visuals are nice and clean. And your aesthetics, make sure your channel looks clean. Make sure you have good graphics on top of it.
Oh, we broke
Make sure
some
all of
maintenance
your
thing.
alerts work for what they
you
need
have
to
to
work
see
for.
that.
And make sure your channel
broke
that
the
people
maintenance
scroll
thing
down
in the
through
front. Oh, bro, we
is
can go through here
looking
already.
clean and crisp. You know, talk about yourself. Talk about where people can donate to you. Think about all the panels you need to have. All of those things are highly important because that's an extension of you. It's just not the stream boxes there. It's that whole page that represents you. So always remember,
don't
lava
go around the
is
whole
important.
thing first.
When you start streaming, think about stream community, not stream team. You know, a lot of people, when I first started streaming out, they were asking constantly how to get on a stream team. And it makes sense. You have all these collaboration of streamers that are trying to
I fell all
grow.
the way
If you can
down.
get them all in one place that help each other grow, you know, a rising tide lifts all boats. And that's what people think when they get on a stream team, that everybody will help everybody out. Guess what? It's not true. I say do a stream community. Find friends on Twitch or whatever streaming platform you're on and create a bond with them and try to help support them in their journey, and in turn, they'll help support you. Yeah, it sounds like a stream team, but guess
No,
what?
I
When people on a
fell.
stream team, they're not always inclined to help you.
fell
But if you
like
can
a
keep it
giant
down to a
kid.
narrow niche of just a few friends, when they're streaming, be in their channel, be active, be part of their community. Guess what? When they're done streaming and you start streaming, they'll most likely host you. Because guess what? They share a connection with you. Stream teams, a lot of people don't share a big connection unless they've been a part or they're a founder of that stream team community. So try to find a few friends to help grow your community, and you can help grow theirs. Hopefully I gave you some good insight on how to grow your stream effectively and efficiently on Twitch. You know, we're all looking for growth, but don't let that be the center point of your career. If you're only concerned about growth and you're not achieving it, guess what? You're gonna get very depressed, and I don't want that for you. Streaming, for most of it, should be extremely fun. Yeah, sometimes it's gonna feel like a hustle and a job, because that's what it is at times,
actually know
but
what
make sure it always is fun at some point for you, because that's what's gonna continue your grind through your Twitch journey. Hey, if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a nice thumbs up and leave a comment. And if you did like it, guess what? I got another video that's coming up real soon on how to grow your Twitch channel way beyond what you could think. There's some really cool tips and tricks I've learned on how to grow my viewer count extremely high that I'm gonna share with you that I've seen no one ever talk about on Twitch. So you don't wanna miss that, so make sure you hit that sub button. If you wanna help support me and help me grow, make sure to follow me on Twitch on twitch.tv/wildforgames. And if you wanna follow me on my social media, on Twitter you can follow me, and Instagram. And if you want to help this channel keep growing, make sure you hit that sub button. And if you want to go above and beyond, make sure to follow and support me on my Patreon, so that way I can bring you more high quality content to help you and your channel grow. If you guys like this, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all next time. Take care on the next support stream coming at you real soon.
All you have to do is jump to
Looking
that
to make
one,
an
then jump to
impact
that
and
one,
grow
then
on
jump to
Twitch in
that.
2019. In this video right here, I'm going to show you some awesome ways to stand out and
Woo!
grow in the new year. Let's go.
I can see that. You were like, dude, look, all you have to do is jump there, then there, then there, then there.
Hey,
then
it's
there.
me, it's Wild, coming
And then
at
you
you
gotta
for my
jump
stream
like
support
basketball.
playlist where I bring you the best
And then
tips
there,
and tricks. And if
there,
this is
and there.
your first time here and you want to learn how to grow and improve your stream, make sure you hit that big red
Not even
subscribe
close.
button and tick that bell so you know when my videos go live for you.
Not even
And
close.
hey, at any point in this
See
video,
what?
if you like the
Look at-
products or the services that I'm talking about, make sure you check out the show notes below because I put all the links that you need. It's a new year, which means new opportunities to grow out on Twitch for 2019. So let's go over some awesome ideas that can be game changers for you out there, for you to stand out on Twitch's platform. And hey, if you're not a Twitch streamer, perhaps you stream on Mixer, YouTube, or Facebook, that's okay. A lot of these tips will still help you out. For our first tip of 2019, you should start streaming games that are from brand new developers or brand new publishing houses. Look, I think we can all kind of agree discoverability on Twitch kind of sucks. It's really non-existent. There's no real searchability or relevancy that comes around Twitch for the foreseeable future. So we have to find ways to work around this. And one way to get discovered really easy is looking for newer games that are coming out from independent publishing houses or developers. Because they're going to have hype around them and general searchability around them, you can fulfill this flaw by going and playing these games. Now, you're probably saying, well, aren't a lot of bigger streamers going to be streaming these games? Yeah, they will be. But you know what? It's way, way, way less competition than the other saturated games out there. You're only going to get a handful of bigger streamers and then some middle and some smaller streamers. And this is a really good way for you to get discovered on these subject matters. Now, this is the easiest one to start implementing, but guess what? It's the hardest one to execute. Why? Because we don't know what game is going to be well received by the general public out there. There are a bunch of crash and burns, and there are a bunch of successes. I mean, take for instance out there, you had games like No Man's Sky, which kind of officially became No Man's Buy, even though it had a bunch of hype around it. It just had poor execution. You also had a game like The Order, which was a awesome styled game, but became the Do Not Order. But for every crash and burn, you have successes. Take, for instance, Ori and the Blind Forest, or Subnautica, or Hollow Knight. Those games became huge cult booms, and the people that streamed those first and got that discoverability around them got really huge bumps. You want a really cool, dope bro tip that not a lot of people take advantage of, and I want you to start doing in 2019? Start looking for games that have DLC or patches that reinvent or revitalize games out there in 2019. Some games out there have super strong fan bases, and some have achieved even cult status. And when one of these new games either comes out with a new DLC or the release of a patch that helps kind of reinvent the game out there, you need to jump on that bandwagon because a lot of people want to see what's going on with this game. DLCs and patches being released in 2019 are going to naturally help bump up the ranking of that game on Twitch's platform because new people want to check out what's going on within that gaming category, and fans of that franchise are going to be enticed to come back and check out what's going on. And this is a golden spot for you. But just like our last tip that we said, yes, there will be bigger streamers in there, but trust me, the competition is way, way, way less than you'd find in another saturated game. This is another great spot for you to stand out in. Take games like Minecraft, which re-released some biomes and patches out there that revitalized the game. In fact, Minecraft was kind of on a huge downslope, and now it's actually picked back up. Then you have a game that's a smash hit like Subnautica, which later out in the year of 2018 came out to console platforms and revitalized that game, enticing new viewership and new people to check out that game. There are a bunch of ways to take advantage of this tip. For our tip number 3, I would love to see you be the first in streaming a brand new category. Over the past few years, Twitch has experimented with a lot of new categories that have been game changers for engagement and viewership on Twitch's platform. Take, for instance, you got the art, IRL, music, social eating, just chatting, and more categories, which have been extreme game changers for small, medium, and large streamers out there. Regardless of how you feel about some of these categories, trust me, have been huge game changers for so many streamers out there. Some of these categories had led to partnership for a few streamers out there in only a few short months, and hey, it's led to new avenues for earning income on Twitch's platform as well. So be on the lookout for when Twitch releases or launches a new category on its platform. These are big game changers out there, and I want you guys to be a part of it because it's going to help you. And if you're not sure when or where to find the information on where Twitch is going to launch these things or when they're going to launch these things, you know, I'll always do my best to inform you on this channel, but always take a look at my Twitter because I'll talk about it there, so make sure you follow me. One of the best ways to stand out on Twitch, and I can't stress this enough, is to find a niche that you can stand out on its streaming platform. A lot of people just assume if I stream games, I'm going to get discovered and people are going to find me. Sorry to say, the day of streaming games is long gone. You need to find some niche that you can kind of hone down to
you.
and find people out there that'll be enticed to watch that particular type of entertainment. And there's a bunch of new niches on the horizon that are coming out. Now, I don't know which ones will be successful, but there are a few out there that we can talk about. You should take a look at perhaps some VR setups, or maybe if you like streaming education. A lot of people want to know how to play a game better, play it faster, or streamline the process, or help them out even on a platform like Twitch itself. And let's not forget, at TwitchCon 2018, Twitch let us all know that they're going to be coming out with squad streaming, which means you can start streaming with your friends out there on 4 separate screens within your video player there.
What?
So this could be a great way to entice others to play with you and also get multiple people to watch you in one streaming room. Now there's plenty of niches out there that can be huge and can be game changers and can make you have an impact and make you get discovered a lot more. But you know what? It's hard for me to give a lot of advice on that because it's up to you to discover what you have a passion about when you're streaming, what you like to talk about, what you like to engage about. And what I'd recommend is actually just sit down and make a list and see what things that you excel at on your stream or even in your life that you want to correspond across your stream. And boom, that's where you find your passion and that's where you find your niche. Remember how I just said gone are the days of simply streaming games on Twitch to get discovered? There's a reason why I said it. It's because it's true. I never want to blow smoke up your ass because I want you guys to be bigger and better out there while you're streaming on whatever platform it is. Twitch, Mixer, Facebook, YouTube, whatever you do, I want you to be good at what you do. And the only way to stand out from the masses coming up here in 2019 is you need to learn to express your talents and your creativity on stream to make you stand out from everyone else. Now it's up to you to decide what skills and what talents and what creativity you can bring to your stream. And I always hate it, and I know some of you are out there are going to say it, is I don't have any creative skills. Yes, you do. You have to do a little bit of soul searching here to see how you can use your skills to impact and engage your audience so that way you can be bigger and better. I can't do everything for you. You guys got to do a little bit of heavy lifting. Make a list and see what you excel at and start implementing that into your stream. Perhaps you're a graphic designer out there. Your stream should be more robust than everybody else's. It should have awesome overlays, cool alerts, really good graphic panels, so that way it's going to entice people when they scroll through and see your channel that it's going to make you more discoverable because they're going to click and stop and look at your channel. Hey, perhaps you're a creative writer out there. Start using your elegant words or the way you flow with your creativity of your words in your channel to engage your audience to talk with you. You all have these talents. Start using them. All right, this one's extremely important, so I want you to pay attention because it's going to help with the lack of discoverability on Twitch. And it's time to start diversifying your content on other platforms. I really enjoy being on Twitch. I generally have a fun time streaming, but I understand discoverability is at a minimal at the priorities of Twitch's platform. They don't need it at the moment. Thus, if you want to start having discoverability, you need to be relevant. And to be relevant, you need to be searchable. And to be searchable, you need to start diversifying your content on other platforms that can be searched. You have all these other platforms out there, like YouTube, Reddit, and all the social medias from Twitter to Snapchat to Instagram. All these you need to start taking advantage of because it's going to help you explode. If you're not sure how to diversify your content, I would love to do a video on that, so make sure you leave a comment below and I will see what I can do to help you all out there. But if you need some quick tips on this right now, if you guys are going to start doing YouTube out there, take a look at doing maybe like walkthroughs or tips or tricks or education, or it doesn't even have to be game related. It could just be about computers or product reviews or how just simply things work more efficiently through streaming, photography, videography. You could do so many different things that's going to help you get discovered on Twitch's platform. Hey, are you like creative with your words? I'm not. I can barely get through a sentence. But there are so many people on blogs or Reddit or even just other threads that are looking for answers and solutions, and you could fill that niche and it'll help you get discovered and help you explode on all these different platforms. The easiest one is social media. I mean, just tweet more, put out pictures more, talk about your games or the products or how you do things, post clips, post videos that lead back and funnel to your Twitch channel. This is something that I personally need to start doing a little bit better in 2019, but you need to start using all these different avenues to funnel back into Twitch. It will really help. Okay, we're up to the granddaddy tip of them all for standing out on Twitch in 2019. You know what I want to see all of you do? Can you stop being boring?
Yup.
I can't tell you how many times I go through channels or I have to do stream coaching, and it's unentertaining. And I don't mean this in a mean way. Like, again, I just don't want to blow smoke up your ass. I want you to be bigger and better. But there's too many times when I go into a channel and nothing's happening, there's no talking, you're not doing anything in the gameplay, nothing exciting is going on. There's just nothing. It's just generally a boring time. And you have to remember, you only have a few seconds to grab somebody's attention. The biggest problem people do is when they look at their viewer counter and they see it tick up saying they have 1 viewer or 2 viewers, guess what? If you've been silent for more than 30 seconds, that tick up is 30 seconds behind. Maybe even longer. So by the time you start engaging or talking to that person and wondering why that guy's not talking back, you know why? Because they're gone, because you were too unentertaining. So we need to start working on that a lot. Myself, I need to work on this a lot. There's too many times where I have silence.
My God, that's so
Look, I'm not trying to be mean. I just want to be honest. Sometimes tough love is the best love. I want you to be bigger and better, like I said. And do me a favor for this year. Go back and look at some of your all-time clips of 2018, or go back and look at some of your VODs of 2018, or if you download anything. And ask yourself this simple question. Are you entertained? Would